Hey everybody, Kneecap here. This is a Holy Pally healing guide on how to heal Cenarius. This particular video is done in Heroic, but the mechanics will work the same on every level from looking for raid to normal to Heroic. So, let's get started. Overall, when you are doing this boss, what I like to do is I like to keep my beacon up on the tank that's on Cenarius himself, because a lot of times, especially if he has good absorbs and whatnot, and good mitigation, it's going to, for the most part, keep them up with just the beacon. It allows me to kind of help raid heal a little more, and of course to focus on your ads tank when you need to do that. What my guild prefers to do, and you might have a better way to do it yourself, but we cleanse 2 wisp trees first, and then we cleanse a big oak tree thing, guardian tree thing, to get some mana back for healers, and then lastly we cleanse one of the drakes. So during this first phase, you're going to see the dragon doing his breath, and he's going to do his AoE. So at this point, you're probably going to be mostly kind of raid healing up, while also keeping your tank up. You can see I almost let him die there. He was taking a lot of damage at that point. Demon Hunter tanks, right? So, so during that, you're going to just try to keep up your raid, especially during ad phases. During non-ad phases, you're really not going to have a ton to do. So you can throw DPS on the boss. You can clear out some of these brambles if you want. They do a lot of damage on heroic. On normal, you can probably just use your Hand of Freedom and clear a few of them while you heal yourself. On heroic, I actually used my bubble and I cleared like a nice big plot of them there. So that way there's some places for my people to run. Obviously, when you get 20 stacks or more, you're going to run in the green quick, dip in, dip out, and go ahead and get that. Again, now next he's going to do another thing, and we're going to cleanse the wisp tree right here. And so now we have green patches everywhere. We don't have anything to worry about as far as stacks go on this part. Again, your raid's going to take a lot of damage, and at this point you got to look out for brambles as well. I did clear a bunch of them, and you can see a hunter clearing some right there in his turtle thing. You're going to want to really watch for brambles. You're going to want to cleanse that off, or as a paladin, you can use your Hand of Freedom. Always look out for that breath. It happened to hit me both times, just kind of unlucky. And then when he starts doing his AoE again, you're just going to be really focusing on your raid healing. Hopefully they're not out of your range. I could be a little bit closer to them than what I am. Wasn't the best position on this one. I kind of like to stay between wherever the two tanks are, and I wasn't quite right there on this fight right now, at least. So you want to cleanse off your stacks again when you get a chance, and when he does the next nightmare, if you do follow the way we do it, we are going to get the guardian tree cleansed, and that'll be over where I have this X marked. So you'll see me head over there. So one time you have to be mobile in here really as a healer. And you can see it's pretty easy during non-ads phases to heal this. And we're keeping all our brambles right in the middle. We are kind of making a wall, which stinks, but people are doing a good job of clearing these out. I think a rogue just Cloak of Shadows to clear some. That's always important to do as well. I'm staying a little bit closer to the one tank than the other. In this case, I have a reason. This cleanse ancient. I kept calling it a guardian, but ancient. That's going to give you mana back. So this is important. So at this point, I'm just spamming heals. We have somebody die that was out of my range, but we get them up. It's not a big deal. They actually died to the brambles anyway, so it was their own fault. Just make sure you're communicating as a healer. If someone's out of your range, especially if it's your other tank, let them know. If you can't get to them because of the brambles or whatever, of course you can always use your bubble. Blessing Protection won't work because it's magical damage, so only your regular bubble will work. Hand of Freedom works, but just know that you'll take a ton of damage when you're clearing it with Hand of Freedom up. It's not advisable on Heroic, but on normal mode it's actually fine to do. As you can see, I'm already positioning myself for the final first a nightmare here. So we're going to come back here and we're going to cleanse one of these eggs. As you can see, even one dragon was giving us a lot of trouble. If we had 2 dragons up, that would have been an absolute nightmare. Speaking of Forces of Nightmare, or Creeping Nightmare, that would have just been awful. So now we're going to actually have to deal with, I think, wisps on this. So you're going to really make sure you want to heal hard during this. As you can see, I popped my wings right here because there's going to be a lot of damage from these wisps, and I just wanted to try to keep everyone up. We actually have people die, even though this is a kill fight, but it's not a huge deal as long as you have the DPS. As you can see, I'm taking another breath. The dragon just likes to breathe at me, I guess. So I popped my bubble. I'm going to clear some more brambles, give my raid more places to run. I could have cleared a few more there. Probably should have cleared a couple more in the middle. But I actually stopped because everyone was dying. Apparently I can't stop healing for a few seconds there. We actually are 3 healing this with 12, so I just don't think they were ready for me to stop healing right there. So then you pop your heroism. Once you get to this final phase, and then you're going to see him doing a massive attack to the tank, which puts some stuff on the ground. At this point, I don't have any, I need to cleanse my stack, so luckily that happens soon as well. It happens right on the edge of this bubble, so this ground thing. So I go over there and cleanse, and at this point, I'm going to kind of treat it like the Ursoc fight at this point. I'm just going to try to stay ahead of everything, and I'm going to keep everyone hopefully in front of me. As you can see, there's a few ranged DPS out past me, but I'm kind of trying to keep everything generally in front of me, behind me, depending on which way I'm standing. But that's going to let me Light of Dawn the group if I need to. It's going to let me help raid heal as much as I possibly can, even though that might not be super effective compared to some other classes healing. And I'm just going to stay in front of them. And as you can see, we're for the most part able to keep these remaining people up. They're kind of doing the mechanics pretty well here for us. So that was nice as well. And it's going to be cutting it close a lot of times, so you just got to... I actually use my Lay on Hands there. I'm one of our top DPS to not lose him. I do believe I'm actually the only healer up right now, so I actually finished this off by myself. So you can do it. It's rough. I mean, getting my mana back during that ancient phase was probably the biggest key here, but that's pretty much it. You know, you can clear the brambles as a paladin. That's good to know. You're going to be doing a lot more raid healing than you would in otherwise. So, but that's about it. Thumbs up and sub, and good luck to everyone else on Cenarius.